His chase was right there on the catch. So now, after the deflection, the Blazers only 3.9.
And Lillard tries to flare a pass to McCollum, intercepted by Morant. Lillard trying to shake Brooks through a slew of Nurkic screens. Covington tries to attack the paint, broken up. Morant racing ahead. And Ja with the elevation in the finish.
Gave it up, but here, good defense again by the Grizzlies.
Nurkic, another guy coming back from injury. Morant going behind the back and can't get the leaner to fall.
Brooks trying to ram his way through two Blazers. Allen with the loose ball. Morant from the...
What they are for a reason. It all evens out at some point.
McCollum pocket pass to Nurkic, flips it out to Covington. He'll line up the three. Ja Morant in his second year out of Murray State. And we've heard lots of great things about hitting.
Because that's what Memphis plays with, regardless of if they're shooting the ball well. And then the corner three from CJ.
Blazers now 2 of 6 from outside, and Morant, nifty finish under the cup.
That, in the second half, they started jamming him up as the Grizzlies come away with the ball again. But Jordan, the reason you do that, you try to force him to stay out on that perimeter because you don't want him getting there to the paint.
From baseline to baseline, Lillard trying to pry open another deflection for the Grizzlies. Morant over the top to Brooks.
Block and trail at certain times.
Jackson Jr. in his third year out of Michigan State. Here's Morant curling off the... Ennis already with back-to-back buckets for the Blazers. Jackson Jr. trying to go into the body of Cantor and gets it to go with the left.
Can use both hands really well.
Ja Morant had that missed dunk on Kevin Love that would have gone in the Hall of Fame last season.
Yeah, he seemingly has one like every other week. DJ hasn't had one in a while.
Shot bounces out for Morant. Blazers on a bit of a mini run here. Lillard spinning, loses Brooks, but can't convert. Trailed by as many as 9 in the second quarter. Nurkic back to Lillard to Covington. Covington met at the rim, no foul. He's sent to the floor. Grizzlies off and running with numbers. And Tillman, the dunk and the foul on Jones Jr.
There's a level of trust you can see they all have. And there's not like a ton of size they play with Valanciunas off the floor. There's a setup from Morant to Jackson Jr.
Blazers trail by 2. Jackson Jr.
You don't want to go over contest too hard. He might get you again.
Morant probing in the paint, keeps the handle. The step back jumper, it's off. Right there, you get the two bashers out there, Nurkic and Covington, just try to clean up the screen. Here is Morant. The slow developing left hand scoop drops. Bides his time with Powell defending. Cross court to Allen. Allen has to relocate. That's off, goes right into the hands of Morant. In the right place at the right time. Bides his time with Powell defending. Cross court to Allen. Allen has to relocate. That's off, goes right into the hands of Morant. In the right place at the right time. Grizzlies 2.5 games back of the 6th-seeded Blazers in Western Conference playoff race. Morant, a long three is good. McCollum misses the jumper. Morant always trying to push the pace, and that's what he does, Lamar.
Yeah, I don't know how much better he can get at that.
Nurkic now with a double-double, 13 points, 10 rebounds. Morant. There is Morant in the open court. Gets it out to Brooks. And that three is good, and that's the challenge, Lamar. He can get your defense to collapse on any fast break opportunity.
And Nurk didn't throw it because he was about his business.
Nurkic, 15 points, 13 rebounds. Morant with the quick answer. He's now up to 21. Both point guards trying to lead their teams to a crucial Western Conference victory. Mishandled Clark. Keeps it alive to Morant. Brooks. Shot clock winding down, and Brooks floats to the bucket for the easy lane.
Like when he first joined the Blazers, he was trying to dunk everything. Everything was strong. Oh, that's a good read from Morant. Once again, looking off the defense with his eyes, forcing Nurk to bounce out.
There is Morant. He's been masterful on offense, but loses the ball. Able to save it back to Clark. Clark wants to go over Anthony, and the teardrop is good. Tie with Ja Morant for the game high. who also leads the Grizzlies with 21. Here's your BioFreeze double-double of the day.
The Blazers shoot a lot of long-range shots. Cantor's great on the interior. They do a good job of chasing down shots.
Morant will head to the free throw line again, and you said it, Lamar, just his ability to make, miss, whatever the situation is.
Yeah, it's not easy. He does a lot of little things that throw you off. Like right there, he didn't just get the ball and all of a sudden take off to the rim.
The other thing is, these will be spirited battles.
Dillon, and again, the Grizzlies converting a baseline out-of-bounds play.
Stop the dribble. Found Melo curling right off of him.
Melo with 6 points on a pair of threes, and Morant, another pink point for the Grizzlies. They're up to 58. First one's good for Morant. Make it 15. So the Grizzlies led the league in second chance points at 15.2 points per game. Blazers were second at 15.1 points per game because he's going left to right.
He can hang in the air and make a last-second decision.
Morant tries to spin on Lillard. Ball gets caught on his hip. Morant has to hew it up. Covington denies it. Brooks can't do anything with that, and a huge stop for the Blazers. Did you bring the thermometer, Lamar?
I carry it with me at all times. Waited for moments like these.
Jackson Jr. There's Morant trying to push the pace. Blazers able to slow him down. Jackson Jr. trying to go over Nurk. The bucket's good, and the foul's on Nurkic. Blazers take the lead by 2, and Brooks quickly answers. Nurkic, backdoor cut. Lillard catches it, but then Brooks gets the deflection. Here are the Grizzlies out and running again. Morant, the crossover. Nurk trying to bother it. And Morant gives the Grizzlies a 2-point lead.
And now they're one of the fastest. He's the reason why.
There's McCollum trying to get Melton on his hip. McCollum trying to roll it in. Nurkic trying to keep it alive. Morant able to save it to Anderson. So Morant, just a 73% free throw shooter. Misses the first. So Jackson Jr. in just his second game back after that meniscus tear and repair to the bench with a minute 11 back left. Powell to inbounds. Anderson to defend. Powell trying to get it in. Nurkic fights for positioning, and Nurkic can't get it to go with the right.